Another popular misconception with dogs is when the owners leave the house and the dogs chew up objects, destroy, follow the owners around. A lot of people think that the dogs are doing this because they're bored. This simply isn't the case. The dog has a psychology, and when the owners leave, the dog has no idea where they've gone. And his way of dealing with that stress and feeling that responsible of needing to look after them, he chews up objects. This isn't a case of being bored, this is a severe case of separation anxiety. This is Roxy, a female Staffordshire Bull Terrier. When her owners leave the house, she becomes stressed and breaks out of her cage. She will not settle down and she barks continuously. So what's happening at the moment when you're going outside the house?
Basically, the first time we left her on her own, came back, phone was chewed up, lampshade chewed up, the magazines were chewed up, grandma's makeup bag was chewed up, a poo, a wee, and everything was just a mess. If my mum has to go out, I'm feeling trapped inside the house, like they can't go out and live.
So what about going to the shops and all things like that? How do you get to the shops? How do you get yourself food? What do you do? What about going out for a drink or any socialising? How do you get out to enjoy yourself?
We just do it really between the three of us, so it has been when we have left her, you know, somebody will be in the house, so obviously that's why we needed the help. When I've spoken to people that either think they know about staffies or they've given me advice about staffies, they've said that's the wrong kind of dog, you know, to have if you are out of the house, because they do need constant stimulation, they are easily bored.
Right, okay, it's a little bit different and it's a little bit less obvious than what people are thinking. If people are saying the reason why it's becoming destructive is because it's a staffy, or it's bored because it's a staffy, the reason why this dog is becoming like this is because of the psychology of the animal. And the psychology is there has to be a leader in this pack. At the moment, you two aren't it. This dog is the leader, the decision maker, and she's got a job to do, a massive job to do, protect the pack. So how can she protect you two when you walk outside the house? And a way of dealing with the stress of you going is by chewing. It's not because she's a staffy. It's not because she's bored. These are such popular misconceptions. Dogs need stimulation, great, but that's not why they start destroying stuff. So when you go outside the house, what does she know? You're gone, and she's got no way of protecting you. And the only way she can deal with this stress is to chew up the house, is to bark constantly. It's worry. It's not boredom. It's stress, it's I need my babies back now, where are they gone? In the wild, the alphas are the wolves that walk back into the pack and ignore all the other wolves. What they're saying when they're doing this is, I'm the alpha, I'm in charge, you don't have to worry about me. I'll go out of the pack as I please and I'll come back in as I please. As a result of this, none of the other wolves worry because it's the alpha's job to go out and find food, to do whatever they're doing. So what I'm going to show you is some very simple signals to say to the dog, actually, I'm in charge of you. So what I'd like you to start doing is every time we come back into the house, we don't want to look at this dog or speak to this dog because we don't want to lay any anxieties on the dog. If you repeat this day in, day out, every single day, the dog's going to start thinking, there's not a problem here. But we don't want to do a big, massive separation. We want to build up on it. So at the moment, after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, she may become destructive. She may become destructive after 2 minutes. So in that case, what we'd start doing is coming into the house, walking in, and then going back out 5 seconds later, doing the same. We'll keep repeating this over and over again. So eventually the dog's just going to go, this is pointless.
Yeah.
And what's she like inside the house? Does she...
She follows us everywhere.
Follow you everywhere?
Always at your feet,
Yeah.
and what's hard for my grandma, with her turning around and she could be right there.
Right.
It can be dangerous, and she's nearly fell over in the past, you know.
It's just more evidence on how great she is at her job. She's following you every 2 steps around to make sure you're okay. That's what a great parent she is. So what I'm going to ask you to do right now is walk out the door and come back in. Do it without looking or speaking to her. And have your eye either at my height or at head height. But there's 3 ways I want you to do it. Calmly, convincing, and consistent. There's nothing less convincing than this. It's just straight through the door.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. If you're calm, you're not getting angry either. So don't be, oh God, what are you doing? And if you're consistent, you're doing the same thing every single time. It's the 3 key things to be a leader, to be a good dog trainer as well.
I understand, yeah.
To be a good owner. And we'll see if she goes and follows you. So
No problem.
Roxy. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. Good girl. All right, guys, come back in.
Took her a few minutes, but she came back.
Yeah. So what I'd like you to do now is walk out the door, and we'll keep repeating this. So we'll get you both to leave, and then
Okay.
come straight back out again.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, already, we've got a thing of her not following you. Once, twice, she's thinking, what's the point?
Yeah.
Okay, so the more we repeat this, the more she'll be calm. At the moment, she's stood up again, thinking, you know, I've got something to do. But it's going to get to the point where she's so relaxed, it's not going to matter if you go in, outside the house, come back in, into the kitchen.
It'll just be the same reaction.
It'll just be the same reaction. It'll be like,
That was great, just after one
amazing.
time. It's normally straight out as soon as we leave.
yeah.
You know, she's right behind.
It just goes to show how much she doesn't want this job.
Yeah.
And when someone comes in and takes the job over her, she's quite happy.
Yeah.
I'd rather play, I'd rather chew. I don't want the responsibility of this because I don't understand the human world.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just get you to do it again. You can?
Okay.
No worries.
Once again, you gave her a little look then. Yeah, I say convincing. Okay. Hardly even looked up that time.
She really doesn't need us at all. No, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Keep
just
repeating
after
this.
one time really. There's no
Yeah,
improvement.
absolutely. And as I
Yeah.
said, if you can keep these signals every single time, all the stress, anxiety will disappear. Instead of her worrying about you, she'll be absolutely fine with the fact you're going.
Yeah,
And have faith in you as a leader and have a happier dog. Absolutely. All right, over to you.
Excellent.
Cheers.